Good morning, nonfiction readers. Today you will be learning about your last animal habitat, grasslands. So we are going to read a book all about grasslands, and we're going to pay attention to one specific text feature. One text feature in nonfiction books are bold words. Say that with me, bold words. Bold words are words that are darker than other words in the book. They stand out on a page. Some nonfiction books have those bold vocabulary words, those words to learn in the back of the book. So when you take your sneak peek in your nonfiction book, look at the cover, think about what you see and what the book will teach you about. Also, be sure to sneak peek at the back of the book where you might learn some new vocabulary words before you start reading. So let's do that. This page is in the back of the book. It's called Words to Know. So all the words that are going to be in bold have the definition in the back. They're vocabulary words, new words to learn. So burrow is going to be a bold word in the book. Burrow means to dig a home and tunnels under the ground. Crops. Crops are plants that are grown for people to eat. Graze. Means to feed on grasses in an open area. Insects. Insects are animals that have 3 body parts and 6 legs, but no bones. And then a pronghorn are deer-like animals with black horns and long, thin legs. So these vocabulary words will be in bold in our book. And we know what they mean by reading these definitions, but now that we have this knowledge in our brain, now when we're reading it within the text, we'll be able to understand these words even more based on what we're reading. So let's keep an eye out for these bold words. When you see a bold word, it's going to be one of these words. Put your thumb up or just shout out the word. Read along with me. Grasslands. Hello, grassland. Grasslands are big open spaces. They cover a quarter of Earth's land. Wow, look at all that grass and look at all of that space. Lots and lots of space. I bet a lot of animals live in grasslands. Most grasslands are dry. Some grasses grow tall. Others are short. So, can you think of another animal habitat that is dry also? Shout it out. Yes, you are right. Deserts. Deserts are dry, just like grasslands are. That is one thing that they have in common. That's one way that they are alike. They both are dry places. Let's keep reading. Prairie dogs burrow under the grasses. I heard many of you shout out the word burrow because it is a bold word. What does burrow mean? Do you remember? You can use the picture to help you. Yes, burrow means to dig a hole underground, to make their home underground, just like this prairie dog is doing. So we learned what the word means in the back of the book by reading the definition, but the picture is also helping us know what it means. You see this prairie dog digging to build his home underground? Let's keep reading. Many flowers grow on grasslands. Few woody plants are there. Insects hop from plant to plant. There is plenty to eat. Insects, we learned that word in the back, and it's a bold word. What are insects? Turn and tell a family member or a stuffed animal what insects are. Yes, insects are animals that have no bones and they have 6 legs. This is an example of an insect. I'm sure many of you have seen insects before. Insects are a grassland animal. Let's keep reading. Pronghorn eat grass and flowers. They watch for danger. We learned what pronghorn is. Pronghorn are a type of animal that kind of looks like deer. They have these horns, these long horns. So there's the picture to help us with that bold word. Look at all these new words you're learning to your vocabulary bank. A hawk soars up above. A hawk must be a grassland animal. Some people build farms on grasslands. Crops grow in the healthy soil. Do you remember what crops are? What do you think crops are? Think about it. Think about the word. Think about the definition. What are crops? Turn and tell a family member or a stuffed animal. If you said plants, you are right. Kiss your brain. So crops are plants for people to eat. Very good. Cows graze on grasses. There's another bold word. I see many of you with your thumb up or shouting, or I hear a lot of you shouting out the word graze. Cows graze on grasses. What do you think graze means? What do you think? Shout it out. Yes. Graze means to feed on grasses in an open area. Look at the cow. Cows graze on grasses. They're eating grasses in an open area. Cows are another animal in grasslands, and the way they eat, they graze on grasses. Tall grasses wave in the wind. Snakes slither on the ground. We know what slither is, like this, slither. Snakes slither on the ground. Mice scurry through the grass. I guess we know some more types of animals that live in grasslands, snakes and mice. Now, these slither and scurry aren't bolded in this text, but those are vocabulary words you should know. Slither means to move slowly, and scurry means to move fast. Mice move fast, snakes scurry and move slow. Let's keep reading. Goodbye, grassland. Here's some pictures with labels, and we know that nonfiction books always have lots of photographs with lots of labels. So I see hills and trees, a red-tailed hawk, grass, of course, prairie dog, wildflower. Look at all these labels in the grassland. So your task, boys and girls, since we went over bold words in a nonfiction text, I want you to write 2 sentences with the new words you learned. Write sentences full and complete and make sure they make sense. I want you to make a sentence with the word crops. Okay? Write the word crops in a sentence. I also want you to use the word graze in a sentence. Use the word graze in a sentence. Remember, crops means plants that are grown for people to eat. And graze means to feed on grasses in an open area. Write both of those words in a full and complete sentence. Take a picture and upload it to Google Classroom so your teachers could see. Have fun learning about grasslands today. Thanks for listening.